Pretty Lizzie. And here we are, alone, just us two. Mom, she said she doesn't have time to take Monty for a walk. She needs to do some yard work. Lil sis is studying, even though they are, well, we have holidays, but apparently she is, well, on, I don't know, well, later this week they will have exam, so she's studying at home. But it's even better, just us to no Monty to annoy Liza. Oh yeah, and my shoulder is once again, shoulder blade is once again bothering me. And if you're wondering why, even before I left to Berlin, I was looking for one book. And like 90% of my books are in boxes. And couple of days before I left, so previous week, I already looked through like 80% of boxes that I have on stairwell and couldn't find the book. Yesterday I decided, okay, let's look, perhaps they are in the second group. I already previously looked also the books, that I have in the bedroom. And then yesterday, now Lizzie, tu che greva? I looked through the, let's say the main collection. I think it's like 16 boxes, around, 40 kilos, 30, 40 kilos. Basically each box weighs 30, 40 kilos. And I was moving those boxes, of course. While I was moving, it was okay, nothing was hurting, but yesterday evening, I once again started to feel my shoulder. Courtesy, original injury courtesy of this one. Lisica. Andiamo. Yeah. But couple of days I will have to, Lizzie, I will have to, so that's why I have it on my right, on my right hand and not on my left, to prevent any more aggravation. And yeah, hopefully she will be willing to go to the forest, and the weather, it will hold up. Fermo, Lisica. So much to read. No, Damon, no. Damon. Okay, let's end here. And reflecting on Berlin trip, if you're wondering, let's say, what the, let's say, worst experience was of that whole trip, it's not the weather. I knew that there is a possibility of rain, but what was the worst thing? Cell phone coverage. So here in EU we have this international, I don't know, agreement regarding cell phone coverages or cell phone coverage between different EU member states and also companies, which means that with your cell phone provider, you don't have to switch, but usually they have let's say between the providers they have contracts, and when you go to another country, you are automatically connected to that cell phone provider. And you know, I didn't have any problems with mobile in Austria, Poland, or Italy even, but Germany, Berlin. So apparently my provider has a contract with the German O2 provider company, and apparently while I was asking and also some googling while I was there, it's apparently the cheapest, but also that means also has the worst or among the worst coverage. And you know, I came, you know, outside of the airport, no cell phone signal, no internet. You know, Wi-Fi was working, but nothing else. You know, when we landed in Warsaw and I turned off the flight mode, you know, I was immediately connected, everything was working. In Berlin, nothing was working. This is why I had to use, you know, the expensive taxi, you know, that I called, raised my arm, and of course, you know, I paid almost 50% more than I could with, you know, if I would be able to use my apps that I had. And then the situation became even, you know, more ridiculous when we were, you know, leaving the airport for my apartment. The cell phone coverage also went out for the taxi driver. So, and of course, without any coverage, you know, he didn't have idea, you know, which turns to take. Fortunately for us, my cell coverage kicked in, so he was then using my phone to navigate to our destination, my destination. But yeah, and then the whole, you know, 3 days in Berlin, you know, 15 minutes I would have signal, and then I will not have it. And you know, I was in the same spot and I had 5 bars and I had 0 bars, you know, on and off, on and off. And this was, you know, the worst experience, because, you know, this was also, let's say, the main issue why I didn't went to the city center, because you know, if I don't have, you know, access to the Google Maps, I cannot navigate, especially when you're first time, you know, in the city, and then you have, you know, even some, you know, road constructions and closure of some S-Bahn, so that is a light rail lines and bus lines, you know. And you know, yeah, I don't know. For the next time, if I go to Germany, I will have to, I don't know, do something regarding that, especially if I will be there, let's say, a little bit longer. Listening to cattle, to cows. No pridi, Lizi, gremo. Ups, nekaj na tla padal. Čopič. No pridi, Lizika. So yeah, apparently we are not going to the forest. We are going to see Hugo, if he's still mad at us. So yeah, this was, you know, the worst thing about the whole trip. I couldn't use mobile. Of course, fortunately, in the apartment, the Wi-Fi was, working extremely well and extremely good. There was also Wi-Fi at the conference center, at the Bundesarchiv location. But yeah, outside, I went for, both mornings. Well, yeah, both mornings I went for a walk. Or all 3 mornings. Did I went? No, on Saturday I didn't, of course, because it was raining. I was walking and, while making, also videos, I was checking on my signal, and it was, on and off. On and off. No Hugo today. He has to, 1st of May, he has to rest. He's working so hard through the year. Okay, let's end on this point.